What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Guys, Donovan Sharp is back on my radar. And of course, I wouldn't be back on his if he wasn't throwing shots and coming after me. But of course, I'm game. It's the Christmas season time. You know, money is up, the ads is up. So I'm willing to engage a little bit only on my secondary channel because I don't think he's good enough for me to talk about on my main channel. But be it as it may, I have a question for you guys. How do you tell that a content creator is struggling and lacking substance? How do you know? How do you know when a content creator is struggling or they have declined? Well, you'll notice that they'll do a myriad of things trying to get action to their page. Number one, they'll start doing reaction videos or response videos, which is what he does. He'll respond to Fresh and Fit quite often. He'll respond to anybody quite often. He'll typically tag a lot of people, but that's something that a lot of creators will do. But then one of the things you saw Donovan trying to do was start this little thing on TikTok with his wife or girlfriend, whoever she is, how to do relationships, right? He even changed the name of the channel to How to Relationship. And then, you know, he's having women on the show now. It's something he was vehemently against before, but he's doing it quite often now. All right. And of course, he's had many collaborations. Kevin Samuels, which I'm talking about today, Coach Greg Adams, Just Pearly Things, Minister Jap. Many people have stopped by Donovan Sharp's podcast, and it failed. Okay, Donovan has people coming into his home studio, no views. And we could tell about how these views are going bad. Let's look at the last few, okay? Now, outside of the one we're going to talk about today, here's what really happened with Kevin Subes and Fresh and Fit. Let's look at this. The Alba and Preach thing, 6.2 thousand views. She swiped how many times? 1,400 views. Donovan debunks manifestation in 7 minutes, 1,500 views. The one about why most black men like when we, I believe, are broken, don't succeed, 4.3 thousand views. Plus size diva encourages women to duck and dump them on TikTok, 3,500 views. So this channel is dead. Okay, this channel is dead. In desperate times, call for desperate measures. Now, he's already tried to sell Womanese course, something that's very overpriced to guys that really hold no real value. And so because that, you know, that dog won't hunt anymore. Now let's go ahead and do something very unclassy, which is trying to explain what really happened between Kevin Samuels and Fresh and Fit. All right. Now, let me just say this. If you wanted to explain what happened with Kevin Samuels and Fresh and Fit, it would be good to do so when Kevin at least was living. When I had a problem with Fresh and Fit, it was when Kevin was living. Okay? But you can see here, Donovan, he says that Kevin Samuels is his best friend, but he's doing so to make Kevin Samuels look bad in the grave, which many of these things are lies. Okay? What I want to do is just play a little bit of the clips, and then I'll come back and tell you, in my honest opinion, what's really going on here.
The way things started, and I don't think anybody, I don't know, you guys may have heard other versions of this, but I'm going to tell you the 100% truth because I am very, very good friends with the both of them, right? Kevin and Myron are two of my very best friends. Kevin was one of my very best friends. And so Kevin had blown up. He'd gone viral on World Star Hip Hop a couple times. Then, of course, he was 300,000 subscribers. He was on his way up. Then Fresh and Fit also hit the algorithm, and they started to grow. Well, Fresh and Fit had been doing Fresh and Fit After Hours at the same time Kevin was doing his show. Kevin never had a problem with it until Kevin felt that Myron and Fresh's live streams were infringing on his audience. He said to me, Donovan, that is my time slot. He said this to me. He said, that is my time slot. I said, Kevin, I said, you're one of my best friends. You don't own any time slots, okay? People can live stream whenever they want to live stream, number one. Number two, Myron and Fresh have been doing Fresh and Fit after hours probably longer than you've done your late night show. Kevin was upset with me for putting out a video defending my friends. He was upset with me for that. He said they're using your video to defend them. He said, you got to take that video down right now. I was like, you know what? I don't want to fucking deal with this anymore. And this was the wrong thing. I made the wrong decision. I took the video down. I did. I took the video down. That wasn't enough for Kevin. That was not enough for Kevin. Kevin wanted me to do a scripted out. He wanted me, and I'm not doing this to besmirch his name. We all have demons, right? Myron is, dude, Amru Fuddle, a.k.a. Myron Gaines, he ain't all peaches and cream. Neither is Fresh, neither am I, neither is Kevin. This is just the real, this is just how it went. So Kevin called me and told me, he's like, yo, you need to sit down. You need to write a script, get in front of a camera, and publicly separate yourself from Myron Gaines. You need to say X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, Kevin, why do I need to do this? He's like, Abba and Preach have exposed Myron and Fresh. And I said, Kevin, Abba and Preach are a couple of fucking softy. Kevin's all in my ear talking about Preach used to be an MMA fighter, and Abba is respected in this community, and this and that and the third. And I'm like, I could not believe what I was hearing. I could not believe what I was hearing. So he wanted me to write this whole thing out. Right? He wanted me to write this whole thing out and publicly separate myself from Fresh and Fit. That's where I drew the line. That's where I finally just had to tell him no. I said, Kevin, you're one of my best friends, man. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. He says to me, well, then you will go down with them. And I'm like, Kevin, I have nothing to do with this. He says, yes, you do. You're the one. You're responsible for them being on YouTube. And I'm like, look, Kevin, I'm staying out of this. I hope we can still be friends. I hope it's all good.
All right. So the idea is this. Donovan's loyalty is to Fresh and Fit. One of the reasons is this. Kevin Samuels could never collaborate with Donovan Sharp on his platform. That's why Kevin Samuels didn't really give Donovan Sharp too many shout outs. Okay? Why? Donovan Sharp does not like black women. He's anti-black. This is why when you see my video, this is why O'Shea Duke Jackson is a genius. On Kevin Samuels' page, I'm the only YouTuber he made a video about. As you can see right there, he would never make that video about Donovan because for the fact that the matter is, he really didn't care for Donovan that much. Now, did Kevin Samuels have some questionable ways that I didn't like? Absolutely. Would I go into detail about them when he was living? Yes, a little bit. Not so much. But if I didn't do it when he was living, I'm not going to do it when he's dead. What Donovan's doing right now with some of these lies is terrible. Let me just tell you this. Want to know why Kevin had an issue with Fresh and Fit? Number one, they begged Kevin Samuels to come down to Miami like they was begging everybody in the manosphere. A lot of content creators, which I don't want to put them on, but those guys know where they are. They begged them. They were even paying for consultations for some guys. Myron was trying to get them to Miami. And then when you get to Miami, they talk shit about you behind your back. What Donovan is leaving out in this particular video is that the guys that Fresh and Fit fell out with, and many other people. I talked to Myron. Myron admitted to calling Kevin Samuels gay to me on the phone. So Kevin had an issue, not just with them trying to use him, but the fact that Fresh and Fit talked poorly behind his back about him and many other guys that came out there and they never paid them to come on the show. That's how they got to the top. Using guys as fan bases. They even offered me to come. Bring your following to us because they're not strong enough to do it by themselves. That's what it is. So what Donovan wants to do is make it a weak attempt to embarrass the guy when he's dead, when your sorry ass would never do this when he was living. Because you need views. Trying to make yourself important. Bro, nobody watches you for many reasons. You're not important as you think you are. If you were, you wouldn't have to resolve to this. Think Auburn and Preach is going to go ahead and reveal some of the reasons why they went after Fresh and Fit on their... No, they're actually good content creators. See, this is desperation. This is why you're coming after me and the lead attorney. Don't believe me how petty and how jealous Donovan is? Watch this clip here.
By the way, the lead attorney, I think, is stalled out at 182,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the lead attorney. Let me check him out now. Because I just crossed 151 and I'm rapidly coming up on 152. The lead attorney, just real quick here. Yeah, he's at 183,000 subs now, but he is not really doing too good. Like all his shit really kind of, yeah. So the lead attorney is, listen, shout out to him, but 183,000 subscribers. He's only got 14.5 million views lifetime. I've literally got triple that. Yeah, it is what it is. But who's counting? King Life says, haha, he didn't got no more content anybody wants to watch anymore. Yeah, apparently so. Jerry Raven also says TLA shouldn't have burned bridges that he did. Yeah, that too. That too. Number one. Number two, TLA is mixed up with O'Shea. Anybody mixed up with O'Shea is gonna be rotten to the core. I don't give a fuck. Hell, even Kevin Samuels kept his distance from O'Shea, at least publicly. Behind the scenes, not so much. But you didn't hear that from me.
Donovan is not a real person. Donovan is fell out with everybody he's been dealing with on YouTube. Everybody. From me, the 21 convention, the entire Black Manosphere, white guys, Roosh. Nobody touches this guy at all. Even Fresh and Fit pulled out of his own event in Miami or Las Vegas, wherever it was. He even put it in Miami. They still didn't show up. And if you're such a good friend, Kevin Samuels, the answer is this. We can call his best friend and ask how much money you gave for the funeral. Which, nothing. I can guarantee you that. I mean, not to say, his mother wrote me a handwritten letter. So we'll just leave that alone. Okay? So stop acting like you're trying to get cool points, trying to throw a guy under the bus that can't defend himself from some of these lies you're telling. Like he called them and tell them to take the video down. Why would he want to take the video down if he's making money from that video? The only reason why he may have even wanted to take some of the stuff down is because they called him gay behind his back. That might be the only real reason. But you're not talking about that, are you? Because you know they said it. Myron told me he said it. So stop trying to throw a guy under the bus that can't defend himself. What kind of friend are you? If you were going to address this shit, why address it 6 months later when a man can't defend himself? But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. We're out.